Remember Spook?
No.
Sure you do. Came out when we were just kids. It was a bit of a craze for a few years. A new soft drink product. 99% sugar. One of those things that tastes disgusting at first, but gets you hooked. It was called Spook, I guess, because it was like clear liquid to start with, no flavour, with this neat gimmick in the cap. You could twist the cap 6 different ways to get 6 different flavours. Nothing special, looking back. Just some cheap chemicals released according to which flavour you choose, but the sort of thing that kids go mad for.
Oh, right. Orange, strawberry, apple.
That's it, lemon, cola, and elderberry. Anyway, remember Nesbit?
Who?
Come on, that scrawny little brain box with the rich parents. He was the one who introduced us to Spook because it wasn't advertised or anything, you just had to know it was there somehow. Whenever he went to the shop, it was always, I'll have a Spook. That's all he ever asked for. Especially after he discovered that by turning the cap in a certain way, you could mix the flavours. I'm not sure if the manufacturers even knew you could do that.
Nessie.
Nesbit! Now you've got him. He got us all hooked on the stuff for a while, trying out different combinations. It was neat, the way 2 colours merged to form a new flavour.
You made up names for them.
That's right. Orange and cola he called Orange Cola. Strawberry and elderberry he called Elstraub, and so on. He found out all the ways to combine 2 of the flavours. Then he started on mixing 3 of them. He'd spend hours with the bottles, playtime, after school, whenever. I went round to his house one time. He was sat on his bed with dozens of bottles all around him, twisting at one like he was in a daze, like it was the best puzzle ever.
Oh, yeah, he started to put on weight.
Yeah. Real skinny to start with, but the body just can't take that much sugar. He was visiting the dentist nearly every week, and he was the first one of us to have spots, I remember. Really bad ones. He used to be good at school, but now his grades were dropping daily. His parents were worried. They tried to ban him from buying any more Spook, stopped his pocket money. That was a mistake, because then he started stealing the stuff, drinking it in secret. It was strange, because the new combinations he was coming up with, they must have been vile. You'd think he'd be happy just to mess with the bottles, but no, he had to drink every single one, even the ones that were failed experiments. The rest of us were growing up, you know, but Nessie was still in there, still searching. He gave me a taste of his first ever 4-flavour combination. I tell you, 1 sip was enough. I was nearly throwing up. He drank it in 1, no trouble, but from the look on his face, I could tell he was hating it. I called him a spookaholic. He didn't laugh. Instead, in this really clear voice, he told me that he was searching for Solace.
Solace?
The ultimate combination. All 6 flavours. Strawberry, orange, lemon, apple, cola, elderberry, all mixed together. He took the initial letter of each fruit to spell the name. Solace. He said it might take him years to find the right way to twist the bottle cap, but he was determined to get there. Even if he died doing it.
He said that?
Even if it kills me. That's what he said. Exact words. We moved apart after that. I did all right, got a good place at uni, but Nessie, he'd kind of given up. That's addiction for you. Cheers.
That's a hell of a story.
It's not over yet. I bumped into him the other day. Christ, it must have been 15 years since I last saw him.
Did you? Whereabouts?
You know that pub, the cut above? In there, last Friday, late afternoon, the place was quiet. Just me and this other guy. A great fat bloke wedged behind one of the tables. He called my name out. I looked around, but he was waving me over like he knew me.
Nessie?
I went over. God, he looked bad, like he was on his last legs. I asked him if he wanted a drink. You can guess what he said.
I'll have a Spook.
You got it. I didn't know they were still selling the stuff. Should have been banned years ago. Anyway, I bought him one, just for old time's sake. The barman didn't open it, like he was following orders. Nesbit just stared at it for a while. I was trying to make conversation, asking him what he'd been up to. Said he was out of work, divorce, kid he never saw. I really fear for that kid.
What do you mean?
Remember the introvert scandal from way back?
Vaguely. He wasn't one of them, was he?
That's the explanation. He'd only found out when he was 21. His parents finally got round to telling him. Bastards. That's why they were so rich, you see. Spook, the company, that is, they paid them a small fortune, them and about 200 other young couples. I don't pretend to know the details, something to do with feeding the DNA with subliminal messages. They targeted poor people, of course, and promised no side effects. Introverts. Interior adverts, I think it stood for. The original idea was that they would just promote the product, you know, word of mouth being the best advert of them all. Remember how Nesbitt almost got us hooked? Then it went wrong. The hook was too deep, too sharp. The product took over.
They were paid compensation, weren't they?
Sure, very generous. That's why Nesbitt didn't have to work. Little good it did him, because you can guess what he spent the money on. And I'm scared for this kid because if it's genetic, you know, it might be passed on. Anyway, Nesbitt finishes his story and I try to grab it because I didn't want to be blamed for anything, but he was too quick for me. His hands twisting the cap this way and that, lightning fast. It was like watching an expert at play, like a magician or something. I tell you, I was frozen in space as these 6 streams of colour, red, orange, yellow, green, brown, blue, all started to appear in the clear liquid. For a few seconds, a rainbow was there in the bottle, a small tornado of colour. Then they finally merged and the whole bottle turned black. Midnight black. Nesbitt gave the bottle a final shake, poured the drink into an empty glass and placed it in front of me. Solace, he said. I picked it up, real slow, looking deep into it. I swear I could see sparkles of light, like stars in the night sky. I put the glass to my lips and took a sip.
And?
What?
What does it taste of, man?
Tasted like heaven. Yeah, like heaven was washing over my tongue.